don't throw stones. Even if you do, you just might hit one of your own. Life is not about your policies all the time, so you better rearrange your philosophies and be good to your fellow man. Hey, 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 Mr. Jailer, Jailer, bring it down, bring it down, bring it down, yo. Thank you, thank you, thank you for coming out tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you very much. I really, really have some fun with you tonight. Hope you know that. And we'll come back again. We'll come back again. Yeah. His name is Nicola. Her name is Janet. Aligato, aligato.
So you're going to be holding a woman's. Who was supposed to take this downstairs? This one. There's a driver downstairs. Let me see. Yeah, there's a driver downstairs. A DOM driver. They're supposed to take this video. Yeah, he came before. I said he should follow me.
Talking to you, Mr. Diamond. I'm talking to you. Everybody's in. There is fire on the mountain, and nobody seems to be on the run. There is fire on the mountain.
I forgot how to be the kind of person that you asked me to be. I forgot how to see love in everything. I forgot totally. My brother say he love me, I love him too. My mom call me honey, I call him boo. But my neighbor no like me, I hate him too. A man call me stupid, I call him fool. Cause I forgot how to love the way you asked me to. Remind me how to love, 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 love. To love, 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 love. I forgot how to give those who are in need. So selfish of me. Even when it got too hard for me to care, I forgot how to try. My baby says she hungry, I give her food. I tell her I will do anything for you. But a stranger say, please, I no get you. I look am like this, say, who are you? Cause I forgot how to love the way you asked me to. Remind me how to love, 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 love. Doro mi, baby. Doro mi, doro. Kilo de, oh. Why you know they call me? Kilo de, baby. Kilo de, doro. I dey give you signal. Doro mi. Why you know they see me? Doro mi. I give you green light to tire. Doro mi, doro. I'm a kilo babu, oh. May you know they fumble, oh. I go shoot my shot, yo, Joro. So, Joro, baby, take my number. Take my number. You know you can call me later. Call me later. Me, I want to be your lover. Be your lover. Oh, baby, call me later. Call me later. For la people, CBO. Talk to your friend, oh. Joro mi, baby, oh. Joro mi, joro. Shebi wa lo sọ fún mi. You talk say you like me. I be rolling pagon. Kilo de joro. I dey give you signal. Joro mi. She you know they see me, Joro mi. I give you green light, fire. Joro mi, joro. Ọmọ kilo babu, oh. Joro mi. Ọmọ lọ fún bu, oh. Joro mi. I go shoot my shot, yo, Joro. So, Joro, baby, take my number. Take my number. You know you can call me later. Call me later. Me, I want to be your lover. Be your lover. Oh, baby, call me later. Call me later. Take your time, just call me baby mine. You're a baby, take my number, oh. Take my number. Maybe you can call me later. Call me later. Me, I want to be your lover. Be your lover. Oh baby, call me later. Call me later. Baby, me oh, kilo shele go go. Take my number. I dey wait for you sincerely. Call me later. Me, I want to be your lover. Be your lover. Oh, baby, call me later. Call me later. You dey walk, oh, you dey pray, you dey push, oh, every day. You dey try, oh, no be play, but your hustle never pay. And you think say God, you know dey for your side, and you want to find another way to prosper. You think say God, you know just get your time. A beauty gbàgbé ìlérí t'Olúwa ṣe.
Àìmásìkò ló dààmú ẹ̀dá o. Ọ̀rọ̀ mi lọ́wọ́ Olúwa ló wà. Àìmásìkò ló dààmú ẹ̀dá o. Ọ̀rọ̀ mi lọ́wọ́ Olúwa ló wà.
Ọ̀rọ̀ mi lọ́wọ́ Olúwa, ọ̀rọ̀ mi lọ́wọ́ Olúwa.
Lọ́wọ́ Olúwa ló wà.
think say God in order for your side, and you want to find another way to prosper. And you think say God in order just get your time. Àbí o ti gbàgbé ìlérí t'Olúwa ṣe.
àìmásìkò ló dààmú ẹ̀dá.
Nobody knows tomorrow. Ọ̀rọ̀ mi lọ́wọ́ Olúwa ló wà.
àìmásìkò ló dààmú ẹ̀dá.
Ọ̀rọ̀ mi lọ́wọ́ Olúwa ló wà. Ọ̀rọ̀ mi lọ́wọ́ Olúwa. Ọ̀rọ̀ mi lọ́wọ́ Olúwa. Àní ọ̀rọ̀ mi lọ́wọ́ Olúwa. Lọ́wọ́ Olúwa, yeah.
àìmásìkò ló dààmú ẹ̀dá. ọ̀rọ̀ mi lọ́wọ́ Olúwa ló wà. àìmásìkò ló dààmú ẹ̀dá. ọ̀rọ̀ mi lọ́wọ́ Olúwa ló máa wà.
Ọ̀rọ̀ mi lọ́wọ́ Olúwa, iṣẹ́ mi yá. Mo ní ọ̀rọ̀ mi lọ́wọ́ Olúwa, ọlá mi lọ́wọ́ Olúwa ló wà. Gbogbo ẹbí mi, ará ilé mi, ìfẹ́ ọkàn mi. Àní ọ̀rọ̀ mi lọ́wọ́ Olúwa, lọ́wọ́ Olúwa, yeah. Waiting be love if you know there, if you know there, it's really not the same. Oh no, I never thought that I could love anybody the way that I love you so completely. Oh my baby, you are the fool me liar. You give me joy, and nobody knows me more. Nobody knows me more than you, oh baby. 'Cause I love me wrong. No one completes me more. No one completes me more than you. If I don't get you, it's like the sun without the light. It's like the moon without the night. 'Cause I need you in my life. If I don't get you, it's like faith without belief. Like a heart without a beat. What's a heart without a beat? Waiting be love if you know show. If you know show. Like water when no they flow. Oh, I never knew. Say one day now you will go be mine forever. I want you so completely. Oh my baby, oh, you all about me, lady, oh, you make me smile. Nobody loves you more. Nobody loves you more than me, my baby, my baby. 'Cause they love me wrong. No one, and no one completes you more. No one completes you more than me. If I don't get you, it's like the sun without the light. It's like the moon without the night. 'Cause I need you in my life. If I don't get you, it's like faith without belief. Like a heart without a beat. What's a heart without a beat? If I don't get you, it's like the sky without the stars. Oh, oh, The word around town is that you're back in town, and I try not to think about it. I try, but it's been so long, and I thought I moved on, but now I really doubt it. I do. I wonder why you even come. It's almost like you're having fun with me. But oh, if I set my eyes on you, it's unavoidable, I'll come undone. Oh, I thought you were gone for good. So why you have to pull me back? Maybe you say you won't be coming back. Oh, damn you, this is really bad. Maybe you say you were gone for good.
I sometimes see you,
Wait till you do wrong, cause you knew all along I was doing okay without you. You know, make I try to move on. Try, your heart is too strong. Can't be with you and can't be without you. Didn't be, say I wonder why you even come. Oh, it's almost like you're having fun with me. But oh, if I set my eyes on you, it's unavoidable, I'll come undone. Oh, I thought you were gone for good. So why you have to pull me back? Maybe you say you won't be coming back. Oh, damn you, this is really bad. Maybe you say you were gone for good. Tell me why you have to pull me back. Maybe you say you won't be coming back. Oh, damn you, this is really bad. Maybe you say you were gone for good. Tell me why you come back, yo. Say you want make I pack my load, you. Tell me why you come back. Tell me why. Say you want make I pack. You want make I run, oh baby, oh. All over you they find you. Say you want make I pack. You want make I run, oh baby. Shebi na you. Tell me say you are gone for good, oh. Shebi na you. Tell me goodbye, baby. Goodbye, baby, yeah. Shebi na you. Tell me say you are gone for good. Gone for good, yeah. Tell me goodbye, baby. Shebi na you. Tell me say you are gone for good, oh. Shebi na you. Tell me goodbye, baby. Oh, goodbye, baby. Goodbye, baby, oh. Why'd you have to bring me back here? So long, baby. That's what you told me. So did you really have to come back, baby?
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming. I just wanted to apologize. We have a slight delay, and we will start shortly. So kindly bear with us. Thank you.
we need to turn this off, no?
Okay, we need to turn the button. It's off. Okay, this is actually standing. This should be mine. morning, ladies and gentlemen. Did you hear me, please? I just want to be sure. Thank you. Thank you. I'll be acting for the chairman pending his arrival. I will now call the meeting to order. And we'll do that with the national anthem, please. Could we stand for the national anthem? Thank you very much. You may please be seated. I would ask that Ibus lead us with an opening prayer for just coming in to sit down. Opening prayer, please. Thank you. So, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the chairman and the board, I welcome you to the 9th annual general meeting of our bank, Coronation Merchant Bank. Both those present and of course those also attending virtually. I would at this point request the registrar to confirm that we have a quorum.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, directors, regulatory officers present, and esteemed shareholders. My name is Mary Adeleye. I represent Coronation Registrars, the registrars to Coronation Merchant Bank. We have received 12 proxy forms representing 6,349,235,221 units of Coronation Merchant Bank shares. With this information, this represents 85% of the company's issued share capital. With this information, we hereby confirm that a quorum has been formed. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Madam. From the information provided by the registrars, we have the required quorum to constitute this meeting. As a result, I hereby declare the meeting duly convened. With the full restoration of human movements an association from COVID-19 pandemic, which influenced the mode of attendance at the last 3 annual general meetings. Attendance to this year's general meeting is physical. However, an electronic link has been made available for invited stakeholders who elected to attend the meeting virtually. I now declare the meeting open. Before we commence on the formal agenda of the meeting, I would like to briefly introduce the members of the Board of Directors, the Secretary, and other key stakeholders present. Thank you for that date, Mike. At this stage, the chairman has just arrived. I will yield the proceedings to the chairman. Thank you.
Good morning, all. First of all, may I sincerely apologize for having kept you waiting. Due to some internal miscommunications, I thought the meeting was tomorrow, and just got a call reminding me that it was this morning. So I sincerely apologize. We will fix it. It won't happen again. Thank you, Mr. Etta, for having stepped in. Is it here? Okay, we're still introducing, okay. So I think I've by default introduced Mr. Etta. I'll start from my right. Ambassador Idere Gugogan, Non-Executive Director, Independent. Mr. Kayode Akindele, Non-Exec. Ms. Olubumi Fayokun, Independent Non-Exec. Well, there are some to be appointed today, so I will hold on to those. Mr. Banjo Adegbongbe, Managing Director, CEO. Ms. Evelyn Oputu, Non-Executive Director. And Mrs. Funke Fei Shiton Ladimeji, ED Chief Operating Officer. One of our non-execs, Mr. Adamu Atta, cannot be here physically, but he's attending the meeting virtually. May I also introduce the Company Secretary, Mr. Stanley Ubani. We also have here with us at this meeting the following people. The members of the Board Audit Committee during the financial year 2023 were Mr. Olayinka Tiamiu, who's an independent non-executive director, appointed since the last AGM, and hopefully his appointment will be ratified today. Ms. Evelyn Oputu, non-executive director. Mr. Idere Gogo-Ogan, non-executive director. Ms. Olubumi Fayokun, independent non-executive director. And Mr. Olukayode Akindele, non-executive director. In no particular order, I recognize the presence of our regulators, the representatives of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Aliogo Chika and Hassan Farida. The representatives of the NDIC, Nigerian Deposit Insurance Corporation, Osato Homoy, James Amai, Abubakar Sadiq, and Abubakar Umar. The representatives of the Securities and Exchange Commission, Mr. Abu Ibrahim. The representative of the Corporate Affairs Commission, Barrister Mrs. Olubumi Adekunle. Okay. Apologies. The representatives of FRC, Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria, Mr. Chidi Collins. The bank's external auditors, KPMG Professional Services Limited, represented by Mrs. Nneka Eluma and Mr. Nonso Ohaneje. The bank's external consultant, Mrs. Ernst & Young, represented by Mr. Abiodun Ogunoiki, Mrs. Nkedimlin Awani, and Ms. Nkiru Okorie. Rules of participation. Voting for the resolutions in respect of each agenda item will be carried out electronically. The representative of any shareholder wishing to speak should state his or her name for the records. Representatives of shareholders or their proxies shall have an opportunity to second each proposed motion. The directors will be available after the meeting for further discussions if required. To facilitate the voting process, the registrar will explain the procedure for voting. Availability of corporate documents. I would like to inform all members that the following documents are available for inspection during the meeting as required by the relevant sections of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020. 1. Register of shareholders. 2. Register of directors' shareholding. And 3. Directors' record of attendance at board meetings. This information is also available on pages 72 to 74 and 92 of the annual reports. Notice of meeting. I will now call upon the chairman, upon the company secretary to read the notice of the meeting.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The notice of the 9th annual general meeting of Coronation Merchant Bank is as follows. Notice is hereby given that the 9th annual general meeting of Coronation Merchant Bank Limited we hold on Thursday, June 20th, 2024 at the Coronation House, number 10, Amodu Jikutu Street, Victoria Island, Lagos at 11 a.m. to consider and if thought fit to pass the following resolutions. Number 1, to receive the audited financial statements for the year ended December 31st, 2023 and the report of the directors, auditors, and the audit committee thereon. To re-elect Mr. Babatunde Folawiyo as the non-executive director. To re-elect Ms. Evelyn Oputu as a non-executive director. To re-elect Mr. Larry Etta as a non-executive director. To elect Mr. Olayinka Tiamiyu, who was appointed as an independent non-executive director by the board of directors since the last annual general meeting. To elect Mr. Paul Abiagam, who was appointed as an executive director by the board of directors since the last annual general meeting. To reappoint KPMG Professional Services Limited as the auditors to the company from the end of the annual general meeting until the end of the next annual general meeting. To authorize the board of directors to fix the remuneration of the auditors. To disclose the remuneration of the bank's managers. Now, our special business, the following will be passed as ordinary resolutions. Number 1, that the director's fee for the financial year ending December 31st, 2024 be and is hereby fixed at 20 million naira for the chairman and 18 million naira for the non-executive directors. And that the sitting allowance for directors be and is hereby fixed at 420,000 naira per sitting for the chairman and 350,000 naira per sitting for other non-executive directors. To consider the report of the board performance appraiser for the year ended December 31st, 2023. And as part of the special business, the following shall be passed as special resolutions. Number 1, that pursuant to Section 305, subsection 3 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020 and Article 50 of the Company's Articles of Association, the board of directors of the company be and is hereby authorized to take all steps that might be required to raise such equity or other capital up to such amount as might be determined by the directors as appropriate for the bank's operations and for the purpose of meeting the directive of the Central Bank of Nigeria on the new minimum capital requirement for merchant banks in such manner as the board may determine, including but not limited to the right issues, private placements, and or any other suitable means of capital raise. That the board of directors of the company be and is hereby authorized in furtherance of the board resolution to establish an equity share program of up to 50 billion naira, through which equity capital of up to 33 billion naira will be raised by way of right issue, subject to the approval of relevant regulatory authorities. That if any of the existing shareholders do not take up their shares within the time frame stipulated for the right issue, the share may first be offered to other interested shareholders and subsequently to other investors on such terms and conditions as the directors may determine, subject to the approval of the relevant regulatory authorities. That the board of directors be and is hereby authorized to appoint such professional parties and advisors to enter and execute such agreement, deeds, notices, or any other document to perform all such acts and do all such other things as may be necessary or incidental to give effect to the resolutions above. That the issued share capital of the bank be increased by the corresponding number of shares allotted through any or all the above capital raise activities, and a consequential amendment be made to its memorandum and articles of association, dated 28th day of May 2024, by the order of the board. Thank you.
Thank you, Stanley. On quorum, I would like to draw your attention to Article 21, subsection 1 of the Company's Articles of Association, which states as follows. No business shall be transacted at any general meeting unless a quorum of members is present at the time when the meeting proceeds to business. Save as herein otherwise provided, 5 members of the company personally present shall be a quorum for the choice of a chairman, the declaration of a dividend, and the adjournment of the meeting. For all other purposes, the quorum shall be members personally present, not being less than 7, and holding or represented by proxy not less than 1/10 of the issued capital of the company. Information received from the registrars indicates that a total of 11 corporate shareholders, representing over 80% of the bank's shareholding, are present at the commencement of the meeting, or represented by proxies. Can the registrar read out the...
She has just done that.
She's done it, okay, apologies. Based on the foregoing, I hereby confirm that a quorum has been formed and the meeting duly convened. I'll invite the registrars to explain the voting process.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning once again, Mr. Chairman, esteemed directors and shareholders. Okay, just a minute, please. Please be informed that we have captured a total of 12 proxy forms, and the voting details represented by the proxy forms is 6,349,235,221 units of the shares of Coronation Merchant Bank, and this represents 85% of the issued share. Hence, the voting results will be displayed based on the units already collated, and upon the chairman's announcement, we will display these results already captured. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Chairman's statement. I confirm that the chairman's statement, published on pages 10 to 15 of the annual reports, has been circulated. I seek your permission to take the statement as read. I guess we have your permission. The annual reports and accounts. We now move to the formal business of the meeting. The first item on the agenda is to receive the audited financial statements together with the reports of directors, auditors, and audit committee for the period ended 31st December 2023. I have the pleasure of presenting to you the audited financial statements together with the reports of the directors' responsibilities and Audit Committee for the period ended 31st December 2023. With your permission, I would like to take the report of the Director's responsibilities on page 99 of the annual report as read. Independent Auditor's Report. In line with the provisions of the Companies and Allied Matters Act, I now call upon the representatives of the auditors, KPMG, Professional Services, to read the report of the auditors, which was circulated to members with the accounts for the financial year ended 31st December 2023. The auditor's report is found on pages 128 to 131 of the annual report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be reading the Independent Auditor's Report, and with your permission, most distinguished shareholders and directors, I'll be reading an abridged form, and therefore I will focus on just the first and the last paragraphs. May I go ahead?
Please.
To the shareholders of Coronation Merchant Bank Limited, the report on the audit of the financial statements. Our opinion. We have audited the financial statements of Coronation Merchant Bank Limited, the bank, which comprise the statement of financial position as at 31st December 2023, the statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income, the statement of changes in equity, the statement of cash flows for the year then ended, and the notes comprising material accounting policies and other explanatory information. In our opinion, the accompanying financial statements give a true and fair view of the financial position of the bank as at 31st December 2023, and of its financial performance and its cash flows for the year then ended in accordance with IFRS accounting standards as issued by the International Accounting Standards Board, the IFRS accounting standards, and in the manner required by the Companies and Allied Matters Act, 2020, and the Financial Reporting Council of Nigeria Amendment Act 2023, the Banks and Other Financial Institutions Act 2020, and relevant Central Bank of Nigeria guidelines and circulars. I move to the last paragraph. The report on other legal and regulatory requirements. The bank is in compliance with the requirements of Schedule 5 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act, 2020. 1. We have obtained all the information and explanations which, to the best of our knowledge and belief, were necessary for the purpose of our audit. 2, in our opinion, proper books of accounts have been kept by the bank, so far as appears from our examination of those books, and proper returns adequate for the purposes of our audits have been received from branches not visited by us. And 3, the bank's statement of financial position and statement of profit or loss and other comprehensive income are in agreement with the books of accounts and returns. Compliance with Section 26, subsection 3 of the Banks and Other Financial Institutions Act 2020 and Central Bank of Nigeria Circular BS-1/2004. 1. The bank paid penalties in respect of contravention of the banking regulation during the year ended 31st December 2023. Details of penalties paid are disclosed in Note 40 to the financial statements. And 2, related party transactions and balances are disclosed in Note 37 to the financial statements in compliance with the Central Bank of Nigeria Circular BSD-1/2004. This report was signed by myself, Nneka Eluma, on behalf of KPMG Professional Services on 7th May 2024. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We now move to the report of the Board Audit Committee. Please permit me to invite Mr. Olayinka Tiamiyu, the Chairman of the Board Audit Committee, to read the report of the Board Audit Committee.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The report can be found on page 100 of the annual account. To the members of Coronation Merchant Bank Limited, in accordance with the provisions of Section 404 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020, the members of the Audit Committee of Coronation Merchant Bank Limited hereby report on the financial statement for the year ended 31st December 2023 as follows. We have exercised our statutory functions under Section 404, Section 7 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020 and acknowledge the cooperation of the management and staff in the conduct of these responsibilities. We are of the opinion that the accounting and reporting policies of the bank are in agreement with legal requirements and agreed ethical practices, and that the scope of and the planning of both the external and internal audits for the year ended 31st December 2023 was satisfactory and reinforced the bank's internal control systems. As required by the provision of CBN Circular BSD/1/20014, dated February 18, 2004, on disclosures of insider-related credits in financial statements, we reviewed the insider-related credits of the bank and found them to be as disclosed in the financial statements. We have deliberated on the findings of the external auditors, who have confirmed that necessary cooperation was received from management in the course of their audit, and we are satisfied with management responses thereon, and with the effectiveness of the accounting and internal control systems of the bank. Signed by me, Olayinka Tiamiyu, on behalf of the members of the Board Audit Committee. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Tiamiyu. We now move to the ordinary business of the day, starting with the annual reports and accounts. As required by the Companies and Allied Matters Act and the Articles of Association of the company, I lay before you, our esteemed shareholders, the annual reports and accounts of the bank for the financial year ended December 31st, 2023. You now have an opportunity to ask questions on the accounts. It would help if you could refer to the page of the annual reports and accounts to which the question relates. Any person asking a question or seeking clarification should please give his or her name and state the question or issue audibly. So we're open to questions, please. Comments? Explanations? Okay. Seems that there are no questions or comments or explanations. I guess we'll have to move on to the next item of ordinary business of the day. This is to be moved as an ordinary resolution. No, that's not correct. Where are the motions? We have not adopted the accounts. There's no motion to adopt the accounts.
Don't use the motion for account, you just lay it.
Elect, okay. To facilitate the smooth conduct of the other businesses of the day, I will move each motion and invite seconders from the floor. The seconders are kindly requested to state their names to enable the secretary record the same accordingly. Furthermore, members are kindly requested to follow the voting process. Election and re-election of directors. Chairman, by virtue of Article 56 of the Companies Articles of Association and Section 285, subsection 1 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020, 1/3 of all non-executive directors, rounded down, are required to stand for re-election every year, depending on their tenure on the board. together with directors appointed by the board since the last AGM. In keeping with this requirement, myself, Mr. Babatunde Falawiyo, Ms. Evelyn Oputu, and Mr. Larry Etta will retire at this AGM. And being eligible, we submit ourselves for re-election. It is hereby confirmed that following a formal evaluation, these directors, including myself, continue to demonstrate commitment to their roles as non-executive directors. Also, the board, in accordance with the provisions of a succession policy, appointed Mr. Olayinka Tiamiyu as an independent non-executive director of the bank, and Mr. Paul Abiagam as an executive director / deputy managing director of the bank. The appointments have received the approval of the Central Bank of Nigeria. Mr. Tiamiyu is being presented for election as an independent non-executive director of the bank, and Mr. Abiagam is being presented for election as an executive director of the bank. The brief profiles of the directors standing for election and re-election are set out on pages 251 to 254 of the annual reports. I will therefore move the necessary resolutions for the election and re-election of the affected directors. At this point, because I will be standing for re-election, I call on Mr. Larietta to move the next motion.
Thank you, Chair. I hereby move that in accordance with Article 56 of the bank's Article of Association, Mr. Babatunde Falawiyo be re-elected as a non-executive director of the bank. Could someone please rise and second the motion?
My name is Jula Adekno, representing Magnum as Principal Investments.
Thank you very much, sir. I now call on the registrar to conduct the voting.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So we'll have the collated results uploaded and displayed. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have the results showing 12 shareholders have voted in favor of this resolution. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. I hereby move that in accordance with Article 56 of the bank's Articles of Association, Ms. Evelyn Oputu be re-elected as a non-executive director in the bank. Could someone please rise and second the motion?
Here to represent Mike Ade Investment.
Thank you. Registrar, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We'll have the results on display. We have a total of 100% represented by 12 shareholders. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. I declare that the motion has been duly carried, and thank you very much for the election. I hereby move that in accordance with Article 56 of the bank's Articles of Association, Mr. Larry Etta be re-elected as a non-executive director in the bank. Could someone please rise and second the motion?
I'm representing Acting Construction Limited. I hereby support.
Registrar, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We'll have the results on display now. We have 12 shareholders representing 100% of this resolution. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I declare that the motion has been duly carried. Thank you very much for the election. I hereby move that in accordance with Section 274, subsection 2 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020, Mr. Olayinka Tiamiyu, who was appointed between the last general meeting and the current meeting, be elected as an independent non-executive director in the bank. Could someone please rise and second the motion?
Representing Coastal Properties Limited, I second the motion.
Thank you. Registrar.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We'll have the results on display. We have a total count of 12 shareholders representing 100% of this resolution. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. I declare that the motion has been duly carried. Thank you very much for the election. Mr. Tiami, can you please step up and join us? I hereby move that in accordance with Section 274, subsection 2 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020, Mr. Paul Abiagam, who was appointed between the last general meeting and the current meeting, be elected as an executive director in the bank. Could someone please rise and second the motion?
Mr. Olamide Oladiolo, representing Coronation Insurance PLC. I second the motion.
Thank you. Registrar.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We'll have the results on display now. We have 12 shareholders supporting the resolution, and this represents 100% in favor. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. I declare that the motion has been duly carried. Thank you very much for the election. Mr. Paul Abiagam, please take your seat with us here. We now come to the next item on the agenda, which is the appointment of auditors. Section 401 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020 provides that every company shall at each annual general meeting appoint an auditor or auditors to audit the financial statements of the company and to hold office from the conclusion of that meeting until the conclusion of the next annual general meeting. KPMG Professional Services was reappointed as the auditors of the bank by a resolution of shareholders passed at the 8th annual general meeting of the bank held on June 5th, 2023. The auditors have indicated a willingness to act in the same capacity for the next year. I hereby move that KPMG Professional Services be and is hereby reappointed as the auditors to the company from the end of this annual general meeting until the end of next year's annual general meeting. Could someone please second the motion?
Mr. Chairman, my name is Jibola Adedino, representing Marina Mars Principal Investments. I second the motion. Thank you.
Thank you. Registrar?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have the results on display. We have 12 shareholders' votes in favor of the resolution. This represents 100%. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. I hereby declare that the motion has been duly carried. We now come to the next item on the agenda, which is the remuneration of auditors. Section 408 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020 provides that the remuneration of the auditors of the company shall be fixed by the company in a general meeting, or in such manner as the company in a general meeting may determine. Accordingly, shareholders are required to authorize the directors to fix the remuneration of the auditors for the financial year ending December 31st, 2024. Pursuant to the above provision of CAMA, I therefore move that the Board of Directors be authorized to fix the remuneration of the auditors for the financial year ending December 31st, 2024. Could someone please second the motion?
Ade Investment, I second the motion.
Registrar?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We have the results on display, and we have a total vote of 12 shareholders representing 6,349,239,221 units. And this represents 100% who have voted in favor of the resolution. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. The resolution is duly carried. This now takes us to the next item on the agenda. This is disclosure of the remuneration of the bank's managers. Section 238 and Section 257 of CAMA 2020 require the bank to disclose the remuneration of the managers to members at the annual general meeting as ordinary business, as an item of ordinary business. For this disclosure, the managers include employees on the grade of assistant general managers and above. In compliance with these provisions, the bank hereby discloses that its managers were paid a total of 396 million naira in the 2023 financial year, excluding other benefits, bonuses, and allowances. The entire package was reflective of the banking industry's competitive salary packages and the extent to which the bank's objectives had been met for the financial year. Director's remuneration. The bank is required by Section 293 of CAMA 2020 to seek the approval of the members in general meeting for annual fees payable to the non-executive directors. Shareholders will therefore be required to consider and approve the directors' emoluments proposed by the Board of Directors. In line with the above requirement, I hereby propose the directors' fees for the financial year ending December 31st, 2024 shall be and is hereby fixed as follows. Director's fee, 20 million naira for the chairman and 18 million naira for the non-executive directors. Sitting allowance, 420,000 naira per meeting, and other non-executive directors, 350,000 per meeting. Could someone please second the motion?
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman and esteemed directors. My name is Oluoti Naleshbai, representing the Coronation Registrars. I second the motion. Thank you.
Thank you, Registrar.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So we have the results on display. We have a total votes from 12 shareholders supporting the resolution, and this represents 100%. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. The resolution is duly carried. This now brings us to the next business for the day, which is also special business. And that is the presentation of the Annual Board Evaluation Report. By the combined effect of Section 10 of the CBN Corporate Governance Guidelines for Banks and Principle 14 of the Nigerian Code of Corporate Governance, the bank is required to appoint an independent consultant to conduct an annual Board of Directors appraisal covering the board structure, composition, responsibilities, processes, and relationships, as well as individual members' competencies and respective roles in the board's performance. The outcome of the appraisal is expected to be presented to shareholders at the annual general meeting. Pursuant to the above provisions, the firm of Ernst & Young was appointed by the bank as the external consultant for the board performance appraisal for the financial year ending 31st December 2023. And the firm has concluded the assessment. I now call on the representative of the firm to present the firm's report, a summary of which is found on page 24 of the annual reports.
Thank you so much, sir, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, board members. So the report of the external consultants on the board performance evaluation of Coronation Merchant Bank Limited. We have performed the evaluation of the board of Coronation Merchant Bank Limited for the year ended 2023 in accordance with the guidelines of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Corporate Governance Guidelines 2023, and the FRC Nigeria Code of Corporate Governance 2018, FRC NCCG 2018. The Central Bank of Nigeria Corporate Governance Guidelines, Section 10.1, mandates an annual appraisal of the board, its committees, chairman, and individual directors, covering all aspects of the board structure, composition, responsibilities, processes, relationship, and respective roles in the performance of the board. And subsection 10.3 requires that such appraisal should be conducted by an independent external consultant with adequate experience, knowledge, and competence in corporate governance and performance management. On the basis of our work, the Board of Coronation Merchant Bank Limited has complied with the requirements of the Central Bank of Nigeria Corporate Governance Guidelines 2023 during the year ended 31st December 2023. And this report was signed by myself, Abiodun Gunoiki, Associate Partner and the Leader, Financial Services Risk Management, West Africa, on behalf of EY. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I hereby move that the Board Evaluation Report of the Bank for the year ended 31st December 2023 be approved and adopted. Could someone please second the motion?
Thank you very much. My name is Usman Hamisu. I represent Abdin Construction Limited. I hereby second the motion.
Thank you. Registrar.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So we'll have the results on display. We have a total of 12 shareholders who voted in favor of this resolution, and it represents 100%. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. The resolution is duly carried. Thank you. We now move on to special business, which will be as special resolutions, not ordinary resolutions. First one is the capital raise. By circular dated March 28, 2024, the Central Bank of Nigeria increased the minimum capital requirement of all commercial, merchant, and non-interest banks in Nigeria. For merchant banks, the minimum capital was increased from 10 billion to 50 billion. The bank's eligible capital, consisting of paid-up capital and share premium, as at March 31, 2024, was approximately 17 billion naira. And as such, it is imperative for the bank to raise additional capital of up to 33 billion naira to meet the new capital requirement. The additional capital will also help the bank to comply with the capital requirements of Basel III, improve the bank's balance sheet resilience, strengthen its capacity for business growth, and provide a response to the impact of foreign currency volatility in its operations. The proposed resolutions will empower the board to take the requisite steps to raise the required capital to meet the CBN's new requirement and to meet its business operation and operational needs. Consequently, I hereby move the following as special resolutions. 1. That pursuant to Section 305, subsection 3 of the Companies and Allied Matters Act 2020 and Article 50 of the Company's Articles of Association, the Board of Directors of the company be and is hereby authorized to take all steps that may be required to raise such equity or other capital up to such amount as may be determined by the directors as appropriate for the bank's operations and for the purpose of meeting the directive of the Central Bank of Nigeria on the new minimum capital requirement for merchant banks, and in such manner as the board may determine, including but not limited to rights issues, private placements, and or any other suitable means of capital raise. 2. That the board of directors of the company be and is hereby authorized in furtherance of resolution 1 above to establish an equity shelf program of up to 50 billion naira, through which equity capital of up to 33 billion naira will be raised by way of a rights issue, subject to the approvals of the relevant regulatory authorities. 3. That if any of the existing shareholders do not take up their shares within the time frame stipulated for the rights issue, the shares may first be offered to other interested shareholders and subsequently to other such investors on such terms and conditions as the directors may determine, subject to the approvals of the relevant regulatory authorities. 4. That the board of directors be and is hereby authorized to appoint such professional parties and advisors to enter and execute any agreements, deeds, notices, or any other documents, to perform all such other acts and do all such other things as may be necessary or incidental to give effect to resolutions 1, 2, and 3 above. 5. That the issued share capital of the bank be increased by the corresponding number of shares allotted through any or all of the above capital raise activities, and that consequential amendments be made to its memorandum and articles of association. Could someone please second the motion?
Mr. Chairman, representing Personal Properties, I second the motion.
Registrar.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So we have the results on display. We have a total of 12 shareholders in favor of this resolution, which represents 100%, and the weight of their vote is 6,349,235,221 units. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. The resolution is duly carried. We now come to closing remarks. And before we do that, just like to give an opportunity to shareholders to make any comments they so desire before we wrap up for the day. Is there anybody who would like to say anything or make any observations? Apparently not. Well, this now concludes the business of the meeting. I thank you for attending this meeting, which I now declare closed. Provisions have been made for light refreshments, and I urge all of us to partake thereof. Thank you very much. Now for the national anthem as we close.
Is it?